Hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So tonight, it's evening. It's so hot here. It's our record temperature day for the year. And so it's our first really, really hot day, and I'm really whining because I do not care for the heat. That's why I love northern Nevada, because I get a lot of cold temperatures. I don't know, the cold kind of energizes me. So what I'm doing tonight, and I wanted to bring you along for an early ride. I know everybody knows how to make a salad for the most part. You know, there are subscribers out there that are new to cooking and new to planning meals and planning ahead, and they may think that you have to do a salad just the size you need for that night. And I do this or even bigger, so we have it for a couple of days. It will stay fresh enough for a couple of days. And so this is my salad for my dinner tonight, and lunch is tomorrow, and dinner tomorrow night. Then I don't have to worry about it. And this is a sweet Walla Walla onion that, these are so good. It's the end of the week for me as far as I'm hitting the end of what I've got in the vegetable crisper, and it's not a bad thing. I'll tell you what I have in here, and I've got some carrots that I bought already julienned. I'll do that. Sometimes I grate them myself, but I do have some artisan lettuces, and I have some microgreens in here that are out of my little garden container that I had in the house. And so it's the last of that, and I know with 92 degrees outside, they're probably gonna not be long for this world. So we're gonna eat the rest of those. And that's really all that's in here right now. Some of these lettuces are so tender, they're just delicious. So I'm gonna set that aside. Tonight we're also gonna have a delicious lamb chops. I'm so excited. The little, I'm hoping that's what they are, the little lamb chops. And I'll use some fragrant fresh herbs out of my garden for these. So I'm pretty excited about that whole thing. So I'm going to bring this over for the compost pile. These are radishes that I got and I forgot about. Thankfully I had cleaned them, but I forgot they were in there. So I just hadn't cut them up. So I'm a huge radish fan. I love radish sprouts. I have a video on sprouting way back in the day when I first started. Boy, I'm coming up on an anniversary here with YouTube. So it'll be exciting. We're either going to have a contest or something. Plus I'm fast approaching a milestone in subscribers, so it's all good. Have a party. Have you guys over for a barbecue? How about that? Okay. And I want to say, while I've got your attention, I just want to say how thankful I am for all of the people that are in this YouTube community that actually care about other people that are in YouTube, and you know, go out of their way to help with maybe a problem or an issue that they can see, maybe technical difficulties. When I came onto this, I had never watched YouTube before this time last year. Basically before my birthday last year, I had never been on YouTube for any reason, and a TV went out. And along the way, I've gained these friendships that, even though they're long distance, they mean a lot to me, and I just would like to take the time to say thank you, because I have to tell you, there's some great people out there. And are there some thumbs downers? Of course there are. But you know what? I look at it as at least they're loyal to your channel. I don't really mind. They're watching, they're giving views, you know. If if they do that, then that's their deal. But the ones that are helpful and have a good heart and do the right thing by other people out there, God bless them. I'm really blessed to have the subscribership that I do. I wouldn't trade what I've got for 10,000 of the ones that don't really care. So that being said, I just want to say thank you to all of you, my subscribers. You mean a lot to me, and I appreciate you so much. And I appreciate your videos as well. I know how much work it is, and I just wanted to say thank you. So I'm putting that whole bundle of radishes in there because we need to use them up. And so we're getting rid of everything in the crisper bin tonight. I did come across some mushrooms. Now, mushrooms are grown in a pretty sterile environment. And I just take and wipe off the excess dirt with these cremini mushrooms on a napkin or a moist towel. But I prefer to be able to throw it away because it is dirt and I don't want to have to run the washer. But I think what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to make some stuffed mushrooms because they've started to separate. Their little gills are showing and they're showing their age. And this is when they're perfect to stuff. And stuffed mushrooms are delicious. But I'll do another video for that. I'm just giving you some hints of what to do with things that might be on the last leg. And when I bring home, oh, these are, I'm sad. These are on their last leg. When I bring home these cherry tomatoes, I leave them sit out on the counter, but I rinse them. They've got holes in the container. I rinse them really, really good, and I just let them sit. And, oh, my chickens are going to be happy. These are little heirlooms, and I'm going to give these to the girls tomorrow. So I'm bummed because they were absolutely wonderful. So I'll go ahead and cut up the ones that were not on the wiggly side of tomato. And I just cut them in half. So it's kind of a smorgasbord salad. Here's some more grape tomatoes. Now these, there's some that are, you know, going on the south side, but whatever that means. But for the most part, I think these are just fine. So we're going to use these. The ones that are wrinkly, I'll send along the little travel route. And I'll bring it back when I'm seasoning up my lamb. These little lamb chops are just perfect. They're small and delicious. And with a nice big salad and some homemade ranch dressing, who could ask for a better meal? Oh, and I am going to grill some corn on the cob. So I wish it wasn't so hot because I'm really not hungry because of the heat. And so beans that I don't normally eat at night anyway. So I'll bring you back and we'll get moving on the rest of this dinner salad slash maybe some lunch tomorrow. All right, guys. And again, thank you to everybody. All the help, all the suggestions, all of the wonderful people that are just such a blessing in my life. All right, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. That was really fast. I got my salad all fixed and I'm excited. Now this is lamb chops that we got from that farm that's all grass-fed, organic, no hormones. I'm so excited. These are delicious. And I'm going to show you a close-up of that. Here you go. There's 4. These aren't very big. I mean, 2 per person, or if you're really trying to watch what you're eating and you don't want that, I don't know. I'd rather eat this than a really lean steak that's full of hormones, and you know what I mean? That's just my thought process, but you know, that's why I'm me and you're you, and you know, or you're you and you agree with me, and anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm grabbing some tongs I don't want to get my hands dirty just yet, but I'm going to marinate these for a little tiny bit out on the counter while the barbecue is heating up. So I put the protein on a hot grill, but it's kind of warmed up to the fact that it might be getting warmer. And that's how I like to do it. So, those aside, I've got a lemon that I've washed. I also have a nice big fresh sprig of asparagus. I have some olive oil, which we love, and not a sprig of asparagus. I don't know what I'm thinking. I actually had to clean out some asparagus, so that's probably it. A nice big, look at how big and fluffy, and oh, I can't tell you how fragrant this rosemary is. So I love rosemary. And for grilling, rosemary is really a healthy way to grill. You know, we're not supposed to eat the char from the grill necessarily. It's supposedly a carcinogen. Rosemary counteracts that. So that's what I've read. Who knows, you know? So I just bundle that up like I do my parsley, and I go ahead and give it a little chop. That's plenty. That's about maybe a tablespoon, and that's more than enough. It's got a pretty strong piney flavor. And so what happens to this is I'll put it in a bag in the fridge, but if it dries out before I use it, well, then I've got dehydrated rosemary, and it's quite all right. It's delicious. You can rehydrate it, or you can leave it as it is. So for these 4 little lamb chops, that's probably more than enough, maybe even too much. And I've got a lemon that I've scrubbed really good because I want to make sure I get anything off of the rind. And so what I'm going to do first, I think, is move that over, get this out of my way, make sure that's in full view for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and put down a little olive oil on each lamb chop. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn them with the tongs. Because I'm not ready to get my hands icky yet. I will, but not just yet. I've got to cut down on the washing. I can't turn off the camera. It puts me in a conundrum. So, okay. Now, I've got that. I've rolled this lemon out so I really have a nice juicy lemon. And I'm going to go ahead and put some of the zest down over this. And I just want the yellow part for those of you that are new to zesting. You don't want to get any of that white pith. It can be very bitter. And so I remember when I was a young cook, younger I should say, I didn't know about all that. And I was like, oh, that's gross. It's bitter. And somebody said, well, you probably got a little bit of the white. And of course I did, because I thought you had to get in there with it. So it's all a learning process and a learning curve, you know. And then next I'm going to go ahead, and I've got my homemade garlic powder, which I promise I'm going to make some more because I'm almost out. I say that every recipe, but I truly am almost out. I sell quite a bit of it, so there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and cut my lemon in half. Look how nice and juicy that is. And then I've got clean hands, so I'm going to let the seeds catch in my hand. So I don't necessarily need them in the mix, even though they would probably fall off. And I really, because of how juicy this lemon is, I don't need any more than that. I don't need more than a half a lemon. Now, I am going to save this. Aunt Dettie said save it, use it in your next chicken stock. And I've got some chicken stock coming up, so I'm saving it. I'll save it and throw it in there. Okay. And hands are wiped off again. We'll set that aside. I'm just gonna sprinkle down the rosemary. I don't need that whole tablespoon. It would be way too strong. But, so delicious. Some Himalayan pink salt. And I need some fresh cracked black pepper. Delicious. So I'm going to heat up the barbecue. And while the barbecue is getting all happy and warm and ready for these guys, they're just going to sit there and decide what they're going to do for me. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll bring you back when I'm grilling them up. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Look how pretty. Like the lemon is just making my mouth water. Between the lemon and the rosemary, yum, and the garlic. Whew, so good. Okay, guys, I'm back, and I'm out at the grill. And as you can see, I've got 2 more baked potatoes back there. You know, a baked potato for lunch with some broccoli or just some peppers or even, you know, a little bit of Heart Smart and some low-fat sour cream. It's delicious with fresh herbs out of your garden. So I'm going to put these little lamb chops on. They've been marinating out on the counter for about maybe 20 minutes. I wanted to say a half hour, but it's probably been closer to 20 minutes. But it lets the meat really kind of loosen up and get more room temperature. One thing it does is you're not seizing the meat up so much because heat will make that protein seize up and it can become tough. So I'm not going to waste one little bit of these and have a tough lamb chop. These are delicious and I can't wait. So when I turn these, I'm going to put our corn on the cob on, and I'll bring you back for another segment there. Okay. Okay, you guys, so I just moved 2 of these, and what I'm going to do is, you know, when these are ready to release, they're going to let off the barbecue. And you see those nice hatch marks? I'm going to just turn it so we get some cross hatch marks. It'll be crisscross. Those grill marks are flavor. They equal, you know, eye appeal, everything. So, and now I'm going to put my corn on here. I've got some corn on the cob. The other thing I like to do is to, in the summertime when we get those big beefsteak tomatoes, if we get big beefsteak tomatoes, I love to cut them in half and put some fresh herbs and some fresh Parmesan cheese on there and really let the grill do its thing, or do a fresh grilled salsa. So I'm just going to let that finish off on that side and turn those over. They're so quick and sweet because I really want them medium rare. So I'll be right back. Okay, and here we go. See how pretty that is? It's just got a really nice eye appeal to it. And we're going to finish these off maybe 3 more minutes on this side. And we'll cross hatch and we'll be done. It doesn't take long. Once you hit the temperature, when you turn them, you know, do the crosshatch thing, it only takes about 60 seconds to put the grill marks on there. And the corn is getting ready. Awesome. Okay, I'll be right back. With the dinosaur barbecue. I'm going to get a new one, I promise. Hey guys, I know that my little lamb chops, my little lamb chop, it's so cute. It is done. I do not want to cook these too long or they're going to lose their tenderness and their juicy flavor. Oh, it smells amazing. I'm going to finish, while these are resting, I'm going to finish grilling this corn off. It's totally going to be, I can't even tell you how delicious this is going to be. So here's my lamb, and I'm going to go in and tent it, and I'll bring you in when I plate all this up. All right, guys.
Smells amazing.
All right, guys, so I'm back, and I'm going to show you the end result of this. I can't wait to taste this. So what I've got is my grilled corn, and I'm really just going to lightly drizzle down a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. We don't need much. I mean, it's better than, you can use grapeseed oil. It's better than putting that saturated fat from butter, even though I am a butter girl. I'm trying to help my husband out. This is Himalayan pink salt, and he loves pepper. So we're going to do that on the corn as well as the salad. I'm also going to, this is my homemade buttermilk ranch dressing. I'm going to put that down over the salad, and I used light. Now we're going to go ahead and put our lamb chops. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. These they just smell so good. So I've let them rest, and I'm gonna go ahead, the one I've already tasted, I'll put down on his plate because I'm gonna taste it again for you because I can. And I just want to make sure that you guys really understand how delicious this is. So there's my plate. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh. So I'm going to go ahead and get you zoomed in so you can see what I see and give you a taste of that. So, oh, there's a little bone right there, looks like. But you can smell that charred barbecue flavor. I really want, I want the lamb a medium rare, which is, you know, I've got it pink in the middle. It's perfect to me. I can even handle it a little bit more rare, but so I want to grab those herbs, show you what I have. Doesn't that look good? Yum. Okay, I'll take a bite of that. Wow. Okay, I don't think I'm going to give this one back to him. This is so good. I would love a big hunk of crumbled blue cheese on this. This is delicious. It's so much better than beef for you, and knowing that it's grass-fed and it's organic and, you know, all those wonderful things just makes me feel better about eating it. The corn, as always, I better see if it's poison. Gotta love grilled corn. Okay, well, I'm gonna take this last bite. See if my husband would like dinner. Wow. Yum. So good. So I hope this brings you back. I truly hope this inspires you to maybe cook outside the box you're in. Try some new recipes, maybe try some different things that you haven't tried before, and put a little variety in your diet. And when you're cooking at home, it makes cooking so much more fun. And you know, I step outside the box quite often to do different things other than cooking, so I do it in my cooking habits as well. It keeps our palate from getting a fatigue. You know, if you're having ragu and ramen and I don't know, mac and cheese every single week, it gets a little redundant and old. And so anyhow, hope it inspires you, hope it brings you back. And if you like this, I hope you give me a thumbs up. And if you really like it, go ahead and post it on your Facebook page. I love all of my subscribers. I'm so glad that you're here, and I appreciate you so much. So I'll see you next time. Okay, guys, God bless.